We're going to weather this storm together, people. Welcome home to Big Apple Mountain Tarot. I'm Mike Rusnak.
I'm Everest Hall. In this video, we're going to be speaking to you about the Aries eclipse that's happening on March 29th. This is interesting. It's going to be happening, the eclipse itself, between 5 a.m. and 9 a.m. on the east coast of the United States.
So those rising for work on the eastern seaboard might be surprised to see the horn crescent of the sun in the sky, and it's a good thing we're not medieval peasants.
Otherwise, we might find a bad omen in that. It's a partial solar eclipse, so that's why the crescent can be available to you on the East Coast.
And this is cardinal energy because it's Aries, so it's about the start of spring, the spring equinox.
It's the new year.
It's the new year, and this eclipse is actually pressing on the IC of the United States' chart.
Correct.
So,
which is our roots.
Yes, roots. The IC lies on the cusp between the third and the fourth house of every chart. Fourth house represents home, security, comfort, hidden spaces, and the U.S. has Aries in its IC.
Interesting. So, weirdly enough, this is going to be affecting the United States and will be affecting the world, being that we're a dominant country in the world.
Yes. Yes, and there is no going back. We're in a very new paradigm.
Yes, we are.
Very new space from 6 months ago. And it's changing.
Didn't we say?
Changing. And we're going to have another year of Pisces as our North Node collective focus.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a lot of murkiness, muddiness, confusion, uncertainty, escapism.
But we've also dreams.
Yes.
There's spirituality. There's a collective consciousness that happens between people, uncommunicated.
Yes. Deep inspiration, the interface between humanity and technology. And technology gets a lot of the focus because we read our news, we see our news on TV or on our phones.
Yeah.
And there's a lot going on that's not accounted for.
Right.
And as we move through the next year, things will continue to get more hollow. I mean, louder as they're getting more hollow. And I'd say it's pretty hollow.
It feels a little hollow. Yeah, there's a lot happening behind the curtain. The noise and the bluster that we're experiencing isn't necessarily reality. No. So be aware of that.
And feelings aren't facts. And you could identify idiots by their cruelty.
Bingo.
Remember that.
Bingo. Remember that.
Yes. So
we're going to go through, we're going to talk about the astrology, and then we're going to go through each sign, and we're going to give you a little information about it. We're going to do things a little different on this video, and we're going to use two tarot decks, right?
Yeah, we're going to try something new because, it's Aries. It's about trying something new. Venus and Mercury are both retrograde. So this is probably leading many people into eruptive miscommunications, misunderstandings.
Yeah.
Venus retrograde is asking us to reevaluate what you want, what is important to you.
What you love, what you value.
What you love, what are your values. Mercury retrograde is urging you to learn how to ask for that in the correct way.
And to rethink.
Not to say, I need something. Because
I want.
Needing or wanting pushes it from you.
I know it doesn't make any sense out there, but it's true. If you say, I'm so poor, I need a job, you really push the money and the affluence away. If you kind of in your mind and your heart are like, I'm really, really wealthy. I think I'd like to share my wealth with other people and meet some friends. It gets a little easier. You kind of see what we're talking about.
And for Aries is about expression, primal expression.
Yes.
Using your courage,
yes.
too. Using your courage. But we can't fully use our courage until we honor and acknowledge what it is that scares us. That really scares the shit out of us.
You got to be courageous about something, and it has to do with fear.
Yeah.
Now, the retrograde, I just want to talk real quick about Venus and Mercury. They're in Pisces, which is our subconscious. It's kind of off-world. So this is really kind of dealing a lot with our subconscious fears. And Mars is in Cancer, where Mars feels a little uncomfortable.
That's true.
It's a little bit criminal. It's a little passive aggressive, but it's about home and security and securing your home and your sense of motherhood.
Standing up for your own protection, for protecting your babies.
Yeah.
Those close to you.
Exactly.
You know, it can be very helpful for that.
Right.
Yes. Venus went retrograde February 28th at 10 degrees, and then Mercury followed 2 weeks later at 9 degrees of Aries, and that has activated this 9-degree point, which is where we're having this eclipse. So, cardinal signs, Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, who have planets at around 9 degrees, plus or minus a few degrees, you will feel this energy acutely.
Yes. And the people around you will too.
So I'm just saying, maybe get ahead of the game a little bit and identify your fears. Write it out and think about it. And, excuse me, it's just like in any horror movie. When you name the beast, you take its power, right?
It's true.
Right?
It's true. It's very simple, but it's true. You got to give a name to it.
When you start talking about what scares you,
really,
on an honest level, what scares you, you start to take the power back. Take your power back.
Take your power back.
Yeah. So, bravery, what scares you? The United States, we're going to be looking out for some sort of implosion.
Yeah,
right?
there's there is an implosion that is happening and will be very obvious soon within the United States government.
Yeah.
It's obvious.
Yeah.
And then having the eclipse right on the IC on the root of it.
Yeah. It's a very new space.
It's a very new space. It feels a little uncomfortable.
Pluto is in Aquarius.
Correct. But, the world is reshaping. This is a new world. The 20th century is long gone, and we're in a brand new futuristic territory. I think it's really important to kind of maintain a positive, I can change the world, I can change reality. I think this moon has a lot to do with being magicians and being able to affect the physical plane with our thought forms. And so if we cower in fear on the changes that are absolutely happening right now, we lose our sovereignty. If we act with it, knowing that things are in motion in a new direction and that we can affect the world positively with our brains.
We live in honesty.
Try it.
Yeah.
It's hard, but we try.
And after April 7th, Mars will be back within bounds. So maybe it won't feel as out of control and frightening. And you know how it is when we feel frightened, we like you said, we, kind of retract, we constrict ourselves, and then we have a hard time moving. Really.
Gotta move. Get out of bed.
You gotta breathe. You gotta move.
Gotta be active. Otherwise, you'll just slow down and die.
But we keep seesawing. We can't move too much, and during an eclipse, it's not advised you do anything but wait and listen and watch, because all the information isn't going to be there immediately.
No.
Right on the 29th of March. So it's about waiting and listening and watching. But having said that.
Having said that, and I would, one more thing. Mars is going to move into Leo on April 19th.
Yes.
So the energy is going to get a lot more fluid. That kind of sticky Cancer Mars energy is going to kind of dissipate, and I think it'll be a little easier to do things. So with that said.
So do your homework.
Do your homework. Write down what you're afraid of. Really get into it.
What you're afraid of, so then you could really see how to work with that. And once you write it out, you're going to say, man, I really want to change this. Let me explore the edges of my discomfort. We've had so many planets in Pisces, leaving us subject to escapism, sex, drugs, rock and roll. Just turning away from anything that's uncomfortable.
Yeah, personally, it made me so like sick.
It's head crushing. Pisces is head crushing for us.
Pisces for me is a head crusher, and then also we had these windstorms out in New Mexico.
Yeah.
So it was a rough time. But that's all right. It's okay.
It's about sovereignty and bravery now.
We survived it.
And find your strength.
Find your strength.
Identify your weaknesses. Discover your strength. So for Aries and Aries rising, this is of course happening in your house, your first house.
This is all about you.
Now Mars, your planet, is in your 4th house position, and Mars is in a helpful trine to Saturn.
Got it.
Saturn is in your 12th house. So Saturn, your daddy planet, might have you thinking messages from people who have long passed, supernatural, off-world, spirits, spirituality.
Ancestors.
Yeah.
Dreams are coming in. A lot of unconscious influences. Synchronicities.
And for you, it's about a complete overhaul, a complete makeover.
Yeah.
Ace of Pentacles.
Hey. Oh, so we're using 2 different texts.
Yeah.
We're trying something new if we didn't say that before. Ace of Pentacles and the High Priestess. High Priestess is about feminine arcane knowledge. She is between these 2 pillars. One is black and one is white. It has to do with like electricity. And she is in front of this veil that is hiding all of the mysteries of the universe.
You cannot hide the truth, and you cannot erase the truth or rewrite it.
No, you can't.
No.
It'll eventually come out. So these are like...
The truth doesn't change.
No, it doesn't change. So we have Ace of Pentacles. This is a brand new opportunity, a brand new value system. There's perhaps maybe a new money coming in, although it could be, you know...
Don't invest in Bitcoin.
No, don't invest.
It could be fool's gold.
Fool's gold.
Yeah.
You know, this card can be like fool's gold or a brand new opportunity. Sometimes the opportunity is finding out that something is false because we're finding these secrets where there's a secret happening there.
Very good.
Interesting. Okay.
Right, so that's Aries. For Taurus and for Taurus rising, this energy is happening in your 12th house. So again, spirituality, supernatural.
Your subconscious, be aware of your mind and the ideas that are coming through and why you're doing things, dreams.
It's about letting go of old patterns, old addictions, old behavior that just wears you down. It doesn't get you anywhere, really. You go through it to know that you're suffering, but you're not really doing anything. It's just something that you must let go of. Okay. Mars is in your 3rd house position.
Okay.
And that's trining to Saturn in your 11th house position. Now, look at that. 6 of Pentacles and the 3 of Wands. So understand who it is you identify with in this card.
Right.
Okay.
Are you the rich man who is being charitable? Are you the one who's waiting for money? Are you the one who's getting the money? Are you the whole system? So the 3 of Wands are passion.
Right.
It's about strategy. You're literally waiting for your ship to come in here. So psychologically in your unconscious mind, there's a strategy happening, having to do with charity, and you're setting your ships out on the sea, hopefully with a charitable mindset, hoping that they'll bring back.
You're nearly ready to go. Yeah.
You're nearly ready.
Nearly ready to go.
It's a development. You're developing your place in the world.
And use these passions as you move through the world in the 3rd house position.
Yeah.
You know, this is your front stoop. In the Northern Hemisphere, we're moving into the spring. People are outside talking a lot more.
Siblings.
Use those connections. And with Saturn in your 11th house, that's friendship.
Yeah.
Too.
And, like friendship is like the greatest gift. you could give.
It's the best ship you could wait for.
It is the best ship you can wait for, and it is like the most charitable thing you can get. To have someone that you can talk to and you can confide in, and that understands you and loves you and trusts you,
And see
you
the
trust
value
them.
in that symbiosis.
Yeah.
Symbiosis.
Yeah, there's a lot of trust in these two cards, right? Just gotta say. You know, you're trusting here that this isn't like fake money, that this isn't a fake value, that this is genuine giving. And you're trusting that you've put enough intention into your work and you're setting your ships out and that it'll happen. You know, you're really kind of believing in yourself. There's a lot of belief.
Look at that. Trees and
trust.
trees. And look at how he's dressed in the colors here. Yeah, look at that.
I like that, Taurus.
Beautiful.
I love that, Taurus.
All right, for Gemini and Gemini rising, this eclipse is happening in your 11th house. So that is your house of friendships and networks, right?
Friendships, networks. Has a little bit to do with belief. It's Aquarius rules 11th house.
And this is sextiling the moon.
Oh, yes, it is.
So that's very helpful.
That is.
Mars is in your second house position, and it's trining to Saturn in your 10th house. So Saturn is there telling you got to be at work, you gotta work hard.
Supporting your public persona. Mars is in your second house, which is all about values and how we nourish ourselves in relationship to people and friendships. This is a lovely moon for you guys.
Oh.
Hey, there we go. Okay.
And the 8 of Pentacles. Oh, I'm sorry. The 8.
Yeah. It's weird reading the Roman numerals backwards.
Right?
All right. Apprentice. We have someone working really hard.
Yeah.
They're studiously at their workbench with their back to the world, working away, developing their craft.
Yeah, this is Saturn. Yeah.
Yeah,
Work,
absolutely.
Work, nose to the grindstone.
Doing the work that needs
You
to
can't
get done.
work, you can't enjoy the comforts of life. It's as simple as that.
No.
But there's something missing. There's that friendship, right?
That friendship, that work, that looking out onto the world and looking out onto the ocean, the emotional spaces for friendships.
When do I get that? When do I get to enjoy that aspect of life outside of the work and the home? What about the friendship?
You're working on our networks. You know, like if you want to like be very successful in business, you've got to have a really, really strong network that is maintained and supplies you. The network gives you more connections and breathes wealth into you. Working on your network, working on your place in the world, and looking at the whole world itself as a network, our global community, and our siblings.
There we go. Okay.
Cancer.
Cancer, this energy happens in your 10th house. So 10th house is about work.
It's career.
Yeah.
It's your face of the public face.
Yeah, it's your life's work.
It's your life work. It's how people see you, your career.
Not just your job, but your reputation and what you leave in the world as your reputation when you pass into the next.
Social status.
Yeah.
This is that energy.
The Empress.
Oh,
And the Hanged Man. Hanged Man says, take everything you thought you knew about yourself, flip it around.
yeah. There's a self-sacrifice here with the Hanged Man. He has put himself on this tree to find knowledge. They are just sitting there contemplating the world from a totally different angle. There's an amount of waiting here. This isn't a very high action card. You got to wait until you figure out the puzzle.
For everyone, it's advised, wait.
It's a clip. Yeah, you got to wait. It's eclipse. Because we have the Empress here, who is growth personified. This is nature itself, who's growing.
Venus asks you to reevaluate what it is you want.
And if anyone has ever grown a plant, you gotta wait. Those plants, they take their time. Whenever they want to do their thing, they do their thing. We've got
It may disappear into the ground for weeks and weeks.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, if you forget about it, then it pops up.
Yeah, it might get eaten by a rabbit and then gets rejuvenated.
Mars is in your first house, of course, and it's trining to Saturn in your 9th house. So that's urging you to learn something new, maybe even teach, but explore and delve into your sense of faith.
Yeah. Your sense of faith and your belief, this fellow here has a lot of belief. He believes that he's doing the right thing by looking at stuff in a different way.
He's not at all tortured.
No.
Or in any harm here. No.
No.
He's just hanging out.
Literally.
Just flipping it around, looking, maybe if I look at it this way.
Uh-huh.
Okay, Leo rising. This energy is hitting your 9th house. So that is higher learning,
Yes.
faith, exploration, travel,
Publications. Faraway travel.
And we have the 4 of Wands for you. And the Tower. And that's great because...
Why is this great?
That's great because any foundation built on sand cannot stand.
Right, exactly.
And that's all. There's a puzzle, a greater puzzle to be assembled here by waiting, by watching.
This figure is in repose. There's a element of rejuvenation, of resurrection here. They have to wait until the puzzle has been figured out. The stained glass is the Annunciation, but it represents a puzzle. And if you get up too soon without figuring out, these 3 swords are going to stab you.
To ribbons.
They're going to cut you to ribbons, and a 3 of swords is not what you want.
And this is also Mars. This also looks like Mars in the 12th house.
Sure does.
Right? Mars in the 12th house, turning all of your faith on its head.
Turning your faith on your head. The collapse of the tower structure, it looked beautiful and shiny and white for so long, but it wasn't built on proper foundations, and it must be destroyed to be rebuilt into a better configuration. Perhaps it's not a tower at all. Maybe it's a bunker, maybe it's a little house, maybe it's a garden wall. It shouldn't be a tower.
And Mars is trining Saturn in the 8th house.
Yes,
so
it
this is about regeneration.
Yeah. Now, once
And
again,
other people's money, yeah.
once again, this I think this card relates to Mars moving on April 19th. So keep that date in mind. April 19th is going to be a lot of energy your way.
I think just stay calm, keep watching for the signs until then. And then after April 19th, it's time to move.
It's always a good time to journal, but this might be good for you being in the 9th house of higher learning.
Yeah. And this moon in particular, it's about a lot of writing, a lot of thinking, a lot of meditating, a lot of using Pisces.
Right. Okay.
Virgo rising.
Virgo.
This
Here
energy
we
is
go.
in your 8th house.
This is exciting.
That's regeneration, sex, death, rebirth, other people's money.
Inheritance, metaphysical things.
Mars is in your 11th house, so you may feel overly social right now. Trining Saturn in your 7th house.
Yeah.
Saturn is saying, think about how you operate within relationships.
Structures of relationships.
You have the Queen of Swords.
I love the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords has a lot to do with justice. Yeah. She is holding the sword of truth, and the ground is really foggy and obscured, but where she is, her heads are above the clouds. She can see clearly, and the sword of truth is shining bright and true.
Nice.
Because the cycle is over. Okay, so swords are thoughts. We got a lot of thoughts here. I'm sorry. Don't overthink it too much. But okay, 10 of swords.
This is a new cycle, guys.
A new cycle.
A new cycle.
You're
Virgo.
dead. Yeah. The old world is gone. It's dead.
It's about regeneration.
Right? Isn't that great? We can regenerate ourselves and that we can wake up every day and it's a brand new day.
And this symbol here in the hands means this is a blessing.
If you see there, he's got a blessing right there.
Yeah. It's a good thing that this is over. We don't have to do this again. We don't have to do last year again.
No.
Or 2020 again.
No. It's a whole new cycle. It's a new way of thinking. What seemed to be an abuse, what seemed to be a murder, isn't.
It's a blessing.
It's a blessing, and it's a realized idea. It's a truth that's coming through to you about goals, about inheritance, about regeneration, about sex and death, about all the deliciousness of life.
Yes, and Saturn is in your sixth house. So go to the doctor.
Yeah, please go to the doctor.
If you don't have insurance, if you can't afford a doctor, eat well.
Yeah.
Think about your health, though. Saturn, sixth house, routines. Think about your sense of well-being. Okay? Virgo, Libra, Libra rising, this energy, lucky for you, it's in your seventh house and you rule the seventh house anyway.
You rule
So,
Libra.
Libra, you get the Two of Swords.
Two of Swords, seventh house, a new way with people, a fairness. This is crossroads energy. Once again, Swords of Thoughts.
Yes, Swords of Thoughts. And right now, people seem to be at each other's throats.
Yeah. Mars in Cancer is a very difficult energy. It's a little bitchy and it's a little criminal. But
Okay. Yeah.
there is a youthful energy about passions.
Redirecting your fuel.
See, he's got a little feather in his cap, and he's looking at the green sprouts on his wonderful wand, his passion, and he's feeling pretty good about these passions. This has again to do with a new way of thinking about relationships, a new way of dealing with people. Perhaps we're not interested in pleasing people as much, but just kind of working on our own heart.
Yeah.
This again is a snake year, so it's time to shed.
It's like we're living one way outwardly, and behind the curtain, something completely different is going on behind the scene.
Yeah.
Mars is in your 10th house position.
Interesting.
So this is about who you are at work. Trining Saturn in your 6th house position. Virgo's Saturn is in their 7th house position.
Yeah.
My mistake.
So it's daily structures for your daily routine, your 6th house with Saturn there. And a new way of thinking about our relationships. These two swords, you're going to have to put one of them down. Your arm's getting tired. And a passionate.
It's like saying you can't go about just humoring everybody. You have to act on who you are.
Yeah. Right? Act on who you are and really believe it, and stop balancing everybody else's thoughts and needs.
Stop appeasing everybody.
Don't people please.
That's last year's South Node work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's time to just be who you are. Be genuine in newness.
Yes. Youthful. All
right. So Scorpio rising. This energy is happening in your 6th house.
Day-to-day routines.
Yes, with Mars in your 9th house.
Saturn's 5th house.
Saturn is in your 5th house. So day-to-day routines. So this is saying, think about your routine, right?
Are you happy with it?
7 of Pentacles, it's like you don't look very happy with it. No. You look like you're kind of coasting downhill. The fruit has started to fall from the vine.
Have you
You're
made...
like, well, what now? What now? What do I go on now?
Is your vegetable crop enough to get you through the winter?
Yeah.
Okay, so... Sixth
house, Hermit. That's the Hermit.
This is the Hermit card. This is for the 6th house. So this is really strong about the day-to-day routine, lifestyle. Maybe a change of work is happening here. The Hermit is walking along this landscape, and he has his lantern to guide his way. His lantern has a star in it. It doesn't have a candle. It's got a star, which is having to do with hope and kind of psychic abilities and mysticism, and he's letting that intuition shine the light on the ground where your vegetables are growing, and maybe they're not so good.
Yeah, he may be old, he may be wise, but although he's surmounted the White Mountains here, he's still seeking, he's still asking, what next? What more?
What more?
Is that all there is? What about the rest of life, right?
Yeah.
Keep asking about those questions. What else? What else do I have to do?
What do I believe in? You know, with our sixth house having to do with our daily routines, there's a certain amount of believing that the routines we get into every day are working.
Yeah.
You know, the route we take to the job, the route we take to the grocery store, the route we take to our mother's house is the right one.
And I'm sure that the hermit knows a thing or two about fear.
Oh, he knows about fear.
Yeah. Yeah, what would the hermit do with that fear list?
Right.
Right? Okay. So Sagittarius rising, this energy is happening in your 5th house.
Which is my favorite house.
Yeah.
I love the fifth
Mars
house.
is in your 8th, trining Saturn in your 4th. And for you, we have, oh my God, the 8 of Wands.
Okay, things are coming fast at you. This card, it's kind of like buckshot. You know, it's like fast action. If you break it up into little bits and take each passion individually, you can kind of understand it. If they're all coming at you at once and you're trying to understand all of them together, you get overwhelmed.
It's a matter of perspective now. Does this look like fun or does this look like play?
Right.
You know, which is it? Can you look at the chaos as fun? Can you find some joy in this? You know, is that possible?
Right. Defense.
You know, maybe I'm taking everything too seriously. Maybe I'm taking myself far too seriously.
The fifth house is about creation. It's about the joy you gain from creating, like having a child. The joy you get from having a child. The joy you get from making art. The joy you get from being on stage. And the joy that you give other people from being on stage and being public. This fellow right here, he's defending himself against nature itself.
And no one is really in frame holding these.
No.
It's like shadow boxing. It's like, like I'm scared of my own shadow. And, you know, I see something move and I jump. And
it's almost like the whole world
so
is so fiery and passionate.
Yeah.
That you got to kind of take it one piece at a time and break it down into individual ideas and notions. Otherwise, you're going to get totally overwhelmed. You're not going to get anything done.
Stop watching yourself.
Yeah. That's great, Mike. Stop watching yourself.
So for Capricorn and Capricorn rising, this energy is hitting your 4th house. 4th house is security,
home,
nurturing,
mommy. It's Cancer rules the 4th house.
Mars is in your 7th house and trining to Saturn in your 3rd house. And we have, for you, heartbreak.
Misunderstandings.
Yes.
Isn't that nice? Misunderstandings and heartbreak, but hey.
I could always go back to working.
That's good. You know, like work and diligence and being studious really resolves a lot of misunderstandings and heartbreak.
Maybe you felt heartbreak in your own home, your own family.
Yeah.
Nothing is as it seems, but maybe you are the parent that you need. You know, no one can nurture you like you. All right?
Through work. You know, perhaps there is a loss of a job. Perhaps there's the loss of a home, a family member. This card is about emotional weather. We can work through it. We can studiously push through it and find a resolution through our values.
It's not about money. It's about what you stand for.
Yeah, what do you stand for? What are you afraid of? 3 of Swords is a scary card. It's really scary.
Get busy writing your fears.
And get busy working through it as long as it takes.
The more you do it, the more you diffuse it. Okay. All right. Aquarius rising. You happen to have a moon at 9 degrees of Aries, don't you?
I have a really loud mouth moon, and it's nice.
Say.
It gets me in so much trouble all the time. And it's at 9 degrees, and it's good. The eclipse is going to be right on me, and this is going to be in my third house.
Oh, it's going to be so juicy.
I'm so sorry.
Your which house? Your
my third house. Jesus Christ.
But that looks like emotion.
I'm going to be so...
It's going to be blown so out of proportion. Mars will be in your sixth house of routines, trining Saturn in your second house.
I'm going to lock myself away. I can't.
No.
I can't talk to my family.
Not at all.
No. That's silly. I'm not afraid of this. Okay. Third house. Third.
And this happens to be sextiling the moon,
Yeah. No, this is great. I'm joking, but I do have a big mouth. 3 of Cups. Circles of support. Look at this beautiful card.
It's an expansive energy. Threes expand you.
These beautiful women, they're all dressed differently. They're coming from different places. And they're coming together to celebrate each other.
Yeah.
I think that's the most beautiful
Third
part.
house is about short distance travel, too. So get out there on your front stoop and gab a little. Do a little of that.
Go talk to some strangers at Walmart.
Yeah.
Call your sister. Call your brother. It's about siblings, about short communications, about studying. Right?
Yeah.
And what do we have here? We got the 10 of Cups. Now, the 10 of Cups is the happy family cup.
It's the completion of a cycle.
Yeah.
Sometimes completions are sad, right?
Sometimes
there's
is.
nothing more to do. So that's a little element of sad.
Yeah. And now the 10 of Cups can be performative. In this case, I don't think this is performative because the 3 of Cups is not at all a performance. This is a genuine love coming together. So these 2 cards kind of tell me this is a really lovely energy about family in the larger aspect and support and emotions, which are a little uncomfortable for Aquarius.
I say, for an Aquarius, do emotions frighten you?
Yes.
I know the answer.
I'm terrified.
Because your heart is icy, isn't it?
It is a little bit icy.
Okay, last but not least, Pisces. And this energy in the eclipse, the Aries eclipse, happened in your second house. With Mars in your 5th house, trining Saturn in your 1st house, because Saturn's in your house.
So this is work.
Yeah.
This is values. This is money. This is how you feel about yourself. This is an upgrade. Wow. Upgrade. Looking out.
Longing, waiting for your ship to come in. Something new, some reinvention of yourself in your value system, in your comforts.
Expansive passions.
Yes.
Because
look at that.
Because things are becoming clearer. Things were foggy. It was smoky. It was misty.
Saturn has put you through the ringer, Pisces.
Yeah.
And asked you to establish some long-lasting new structure for you.
Correct.
In your spiritual life.
The nodes are doing the magic with you, and things are becoming really clear. Your passions are expanding. There is a new plan, perhaps, on how to do things and how to achieve success on the earthly plane. Imagine that.
Know who you are today realistically and who you'll never be again. Okay? Yeah. So,
wow.
Get to work identifying your fears.
Yeah. Write it down.
Because you're not just going to sit with it, you're going to work against it. You're going to really explore the edges of your discomfort. Aren't you?
Aren't we going to work on what makes us uncomfortable? It's great. It's a snake year. We're shedding our old nonsense. We're really going into a new area of the world. I know things are rocky out there.
People seem, oh my God, at their ugliest.
They are at their ugliest.
Look at how well everyone's doing at the same time.
It's okay. We're really, really getting to know each other.
Yeah. We're humans.
We're humans. And if you want to get to know yourself a little better with a reading from Mike and Everest, we are happy to give you a reading. Just reach out. I'll tell you all about how it works.
Happy to do it.
Happy to do it. We love doing it. And most of all, we love doing this work, and we love you.
Smash that like button.
Smash that like button. Thank you. See you later.